Hello, everybody. J Real here once again on February the 23rd, 2025. And just wanted to catch up with you folks. Hopefully, Kathy is going to be joining us here pretty soon. I sent her the link. And speaking of, let's see here. Hang on. Get her added to the stage here.
You was talking about me?
Yeah, and we here in Central Texas were hit with a Arctic blast, and Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in particular were cold, cold, cold. Wednesday broke records, at least here it did. I'm in Mexia. I'm near Waco, about 40 miles east of Waco. And it was the lowest high temperatures, the way they put it, on record.
No duh.
And it didn't get above the 20s Wednesday. Cold, 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 and gray and overcast. And kind of drizzly, not just rainy, but drizzly but cold and windy, like 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts that just cut through you like a knife. And me, because I don't have any damn sense, I'm outside all day, pretty much all day, because I can't stand to be indoors, So I'm out there all bundled up. Let me show you my hat.
I love his hat.
Show you my hat.
May I stay indoors when it's like that? And my brother, he's too restless to stay
indoors. I buzzed my head yesterday, so I'm bald headed again.
There you go.
But anyway, here's my hat. Got it from Temu, of course. Yeah, here's my hat. And it ain't pretty.
It's got a buckle. It's got a buckle. I just realized.
Yeah, you can buckle it up. If it's really windy, you can buckle it up. And it ain't pretty by any means. It ain't pretty, but it does the job. It's got a nice, thick fur lining that covers up. It covers the ear. Yeah. And and of course I stay my head buzzed, so it covers the head good, covers the ears. So I go around wearing this thing all bundled up and a coat all zipped up to the neck. And yeah, I ain't the most attractive looking fellow when I'm that way, but trying to, and I'm still cold because the wind's blowing and I'm out there like a damn idiot. It's like most people, 99% of the population are in the house next to the fucking heater. And I'm outside like a moron, so yeah. But anyway, today, Sunday is beautiful. It was completely overcast this morning and cold, but within like an hour and a half after sunrise, the clouds started to break up, and now there's not a cloud in the sky, beautiful blue sky, sun is shining, and it's in the 70s, low 70s here in the house. So, yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So it's going from one extreme to the other. Probably we're talking close to a 50-degree change from Wednesday to today, Sunday. So,
and next week?
All next week, beautiful and warm and sunny and just a spring weather. We're getting close to spring, getting close to March.
March 20th is supposed to be the first day of spring, but we're not out of the woods as far as the cold because we had upper 70s, then it dropped down again. So we may not be out of winter.
Hush, because they're saying, well, I'm telling you to hush with that kind of talk. Because I got my propane down, I'm down to 50, which is, I'm 49, I think. So I'm about to the level that I'd like to stop at for the year. I don't want to buy any more propane. Well, I won't buy. I've got enough to last me, but I like to stay around the 50. I'm 49 right now, and they're talking like, at least from what they're seeing so far, that we're not likely to have another real cold.
Well, see, I never worried about the weather at your end because I'm a little farther south than he is. But I never worry about the weather because Jay knows the weather, man.
I'm obsessed with it. Well, in working on short films, I'm always obsessed about the weather. Well, is it going to be rainy or cold, on the weekend? Because that's when we would film. But that's carried over just pretty much my life. I'm obsessed with the weather. That's why I watch the news. I don't care about the news. I don't care about politics. I don't care about anything. I want to know what the weather's going to do.
And say I watch it for everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's me.
Well, particularly now with Trump back in office, I try to stay clear of the news as much as possible. Of course, I'm going to find out what's going on, but he makes me nervous, the things he does. And
well, my attitude is
Musk and all that. And
I want to be aware of what's happening. You know what I mean? I don't like being in the closet thinking, I wonder what they're doing. What are they going to do to me? And then all of a sudden, I've got an eviction notice because they taken my federal housing, so I have to watch it. It don't mean I can do much of anything, but maybe prepare a little bit for, what the inevitable will be.
Well, but major changes I'm going to find out about, but I'm not going to look for it.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you got a home to live in and land to live on, so you don't have to worry like people like me out here.
Well, as long as I can keep that, keep Medicaid is my big concern right now, but I don't want to get started on that because
no, don't worry. There's no need worried about it. Nothing's happened that hadn't happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And social in my disability, Social Security, but yeah, let's change the subject.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, beautiful today, and it's something we really
needed emotionally. Trust me.
Well, but me in particular, because if it's gray and cold, I'm depressed. It can be 20 degrees outside, but if the sun is shining, I'm okay.
Oh,
yeah. But if it's gray and cold, it affects me emotionally. I get depressed.
They have light you can buy for light therapy that people in Alaska a lot of times will get and stuff because they don't have dark. They have twilight dark, but don't look, so many parts of Alaska, or maybe all of it, so many times a year, so anyway.
But yeah, as far as that goes, it's pretty beautiful. And how's things on your end?
It's good. It's real good. It got up into the upper 50s, not quite 60 the other day. So I bundled up and I walked up to the senior center, which is a half a block from where I live, without a car and no way to go. It has to be warm enough for me to be able to walk there and walk home. You know what I mean? Or it'll cost me out of my pocket. Ubers are very expensive. A half a block ride will cost me $6. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't keep doing something like that, So I walked up there and she gave me some cereal. She brought out these 2 big boxes, and let's see. Here's the front part. And it's eat your mouth off cereal. Now, she said, listen, I took 2 boxes, but I gave one away to my other neighbor. I said, you want to try this? She said, yeah, I'll try. There it is. And it sells for around $8 and change at Walmart and Target. It's plant-based, right? It's plant-based. Well, she said, you want 4 or 5 boxes? I said, no, give me 2. And she said, well, listen, I'll hang on to the rest of them. Now they're best by the end of January this year. So they're, but they hadn't been open. See, it ain't been open. It ain't been open. So a lot of times the inside of the cereal bag will keep it for, several months past expiration date. But 100% plant-based, 22 grams of protein, 0 added sugar.
Oh, protein.
Yep.
Working on the muscles and stuff. I'm all about protein.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Naturally flavored with other natural flavors. Now, A delicious alternative to doing everything on your to-do list. I don't mind cereal in bed, but I prefer it in a bowl. If true love had a taste, it would be on this in the cereal. Now, ingredients: soy protein isolate, pea protein isolate, canola oil, lentil protein, modified tapioca starch, oat fiber. It has less than 2% of sucrose, citrus acid, natural flavor, stevia leaf extract, vegetable juice for the coloring, turmeric extra color, annatto, ANNATTO extract color, BHT for freshness, as a trivial amount of sugar, but it contains soy ingredients. Now, this, it's fruity. It's a fruity one. She had the boxes she had fruity, and she had pumpkin. I said, no, I don't want no pumpkin. I don't like a lot of pumpkin stuff. Now, I'll eat a piece of pumpkin pie once every 3 or 4 years, but I do not like pumpkin. But anyway, she said, well, take it and see what you think right about it. And I said, I will. Now, one thing I liked about it, and I'll try it here in a minute. I haven't even opened the box. I have no idea what it tastes like. But anyway, it's about 5 servings per 1 1/4 cup. Total fat for, 1 1/4 cup serving is 8 grams. 0.5 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat. Polyunsaturated fat is 2.5 grams. Monounsaturated fat is 5 grams. Cholesterol, 0. There's no cholesterol in it. Sodium, 330 milligrams. That's about normal for cereals. Total carbohydrates, 6 grams. Dietary fiber, 5 grams. Total sugar, 0, including 0 added sugar. And protein, 22 grams. Now, I'm going to open it and I'm going to take a bite. But let me tell you what I did before we got on today. I thought, well, this hadn't even made it out of my kitchen. So anyway, she gives me stuff like this that nobody else will even attempt to try. I said, I'll try anything once. But anyway. But anyway, this is what it looks like. See? Looks like cereal. Duh, right? But anyway, I thought, well, let's go ahead and hop. I knew that Target, Walmart sold it because she said Target give her all this stuff, to give to us. In other words, share some of this with your seniors. But anyway, so there's 899 reviews. And of all the reviews, the total of rating it gets is 3.3. It says, best dry. If you add milk, the crunch and the flavor disappears. It's like eating styrofoam if you add milk. Now, I'm like Jay, though. I would just snack on cereal. So I see. Well, it's good and crunchy. And it says best to dry. Best way to eat it is dry.
Yeah, I like milk with my cereal, but I'll often, like I did with that protein Cheerios, eat it out of the box. Yeah,
okay. When you first start eating it, you're thinking, oh my gosh, that's like a
Is that good or bad?
Very bad.
Bad.
When you first take 3, 4, or 5 of the little kernels of the cereal, you're like, oh my gosh, it's like, and you start chewing it, it's like It's like eating fruity pebbles, almost. Not as sweet, right? Because it's, but the aftertaste of once you get them chewed up, you're about to swallow them. Oh my gosh. As one lady described it, it's like eating styrofoam.
Well, and I have found that to be the case with a lot of stuff that says, low sugar or no sugar.
High protein.
Yeah, because I'm all into high protein. But there's some of that too that says really, like that, man, 22 grams, that's a lot of protein. I would really dine on that. But if it tastes like
yeah, once you get it, you start chewing it, you think, oh, this smells good. It tastes good. You get almost done chewing and it hits you.
But yeah, that's the problem with a lot of stuff that they say, well, particularly if they say low sugar or no sugar, often you got to be careful with that kind of stuff because it tastes.
I will eat the heck out of low sugar, and I'll eat the heck out of sugar-free stuff. Well, you got to watch sugar-free stuff because it'll mess up your stomach. But anyway, so here you go.
So
I give it a review of -1.
You're not going to eat your mouth off with that.
No. I'm gonna put this cereal bag and the trash in there.
There's a guy that I watched that does product reviews.
I ain't done. I will
won't interrupt you with.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
It doesn't pass his inspection. It goes to the boneyard.
Boneyard? Is that what he says?
Yeah, it goes to the boneyard, and so eat your mouth off goes to the boneyard.
Yeah, the cereal bag, but I will recycle the box. Is what I was trying to say. Tea. Oof. Dang, it stays with you. One gentleman, of course, I read about 15. I'm like, man, I got to get ready for this call. Let me get off the Google. But anyway, one guy said, it's like, he said, we own a gym and we thought this would be great to offer. We'll buy a few boxes and after somebody has a good workout or before, we'll offer them a bowl of it. And he said, so my wife and I bought one box and carried it home. We both lift weights. We're both competitive. She couldn't get past 2 spoonfuls. I couldn't get past a half of one. And he says, and it's $8 a box because it's plant-based. Okay. Now, you give me Amy's brand of burritos and all that stuff. I love plant-based food, but yeah, no, like I said, I'll give it. I'm not exaggerating. This stuff is nasty. A -1. Now you were eating protein cereal.
Yeah, I eat protein. Well, I need to eat more protein because I do a lot of exercising and stuff, and I need to eat more protein. I used to get the protein powder, but that shit's so expensive,
Well, I wonder if you still get it. I bought you some one time.
No, I mean, it's been a while since I've had protein powder because it's just so expensive. And, and taking it every day, you might can get 2 or 3 weeks out of a jar of it. And it's like $20 or something, it's pretty expensive. So I tried just more natural foods, it's chicken, things like that, natural protein. Eggs, I need to get some more eggs.
What you paying for eggs?
I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Nothing wrong with me, but I want to talk to him about the lab work I had.
Yeah. So maybe you can stop by the grocery.
I got some questions, but anyway, it's supposed to be the transit's supposed to come get me at 1:45. But hope to get to Walmart or HEB here pretty soon with one of my neighbors and get eggs because I eat a lot of eggs. I need to replenish the eggs have gone up. It's like $5-6 for a dozen now, but
that's what I was going to ask you. What y'all paying for eggs down there? $5-6, you said.
Yeah, it was $5 and something for a dozen. So yeah, it wouldn't. Just a few months ago, it was like $2 and something for a dozen. So
well, yeah, but they had to kill a bunch of birds.
Bird flu is killing off the chicken.
I buy the 6 count of eggs normally. And normally it's around like 220 something. when I did a grocery order a couple of weeks ago, I looked and they were $3.69. I'm like, I can't do that for 6 eggs. I can't do it.
Because I'm particularly when I eat eggs, I usually eat about 3 at a time, and I've got this microwave omelet maker, and or I fixed me some brownies a few days ago, and that was just 1 egg, but I eat quite a bit of eggs. I like eggs,
I like
and it's a quick
brownies.
fix. It's quick to make.
Yeah, I cleaned out my refrigerator yesterday. It had a bunch of those little cartons I tell you about, a graveyard of little bitty cartons of milk, like 15 of them in my refrigerator. I'm like, I've got to get this out
Well, that's
because,
the other thing is milk. I got to have milk, and
you
so
know,
and I always want a reserve gallon.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you freeze it?
Hey, Blair.
Hi, Blair.
What's up, Kathy and Joe?
Hi.
It's really beautiful here in Kansas. Yes, and here in Texas too. So great that it's beautiful in Kansas. But yeah, it was cold. And here in Texas, we're not used to it. We had the cold blast of 21.
Now, not in the parts of Texas we live in, Jay. Northern Texas gets hard winters.
Well, yeah, but below freezing for over a week in 21. But yeah, eat your mouth off.
Don't eat it. Don't buy it, Blair, unless you don't buy it, honey.
Yeah,
I gave it a -1. I would have gave it a -0, but I was trying to be kind.
High in protein, but low in taste.
You can't eat it. Yeah. It don't matter how healthy it is if you can't eat it. Yeah, I've got some eggs, like 2 left, and I'm gonna boil them. I love hard-boiled eggs. Listen,
I like hard-boiled eggs, but I don't like to go through the trouble of making them.
Here's my other taste test. Can I do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I need to get the flavor of this cereal out of my mouth, and the tea's not doing it.
Hopefully that will take the flavor, not going to make it even worse, whatever that is.
Well, it can't be any worse, Jay. There's I'm not kidding you. It makes you want to gag. Okay, this is Cool Tropics. Tropical Trio. It's a trio. And you freeze it like you did your freezer thing, and then you squish it for 1 to 2 minutes. And it says to get it out 15 minutes prior to you're going to eat it.
And speaking of eggs, Blair works at Trader Joe's, and we're limiting everyone to 12 eggs.
Yeah, I love Trader Joe's. In fact, when I worked in California for a month, I went to Trader Joe's every day after work. But anyway, I got this from. It contains 100% fruit juice, and it's 15 grams of carbs, 4 ounces, just 1 serving, but it's supposed to make a slushy. But I've had it, I had it out for 30 minutes, and then I broke it up with the end of my scissors so I could consume it. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to test it. But one thing, what it is, other than a slushy, it has a veggie edge.
Oh.
Fresh squeeze and savor of the flavor. It's mango, orange, and guava flavor. Flavored 100% vegetable and fruit juice from concentrate. Now, I love mangoes. I love oranges. I don't know about the guava, but we'll find out. Can't be any worse than that nasty, funky cereal. Not in a good funky either. Okay. Oh, y'all, I don't do V8 juice either, so I'm not much for throwing veggies into my sweet stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Is it sweet?
It's kind of a little sweet. It's gluten-free.
And it's got that sort of slushy consistency.
Mm-hmm. Had in the freezer, it said get it out 15 minutes before you're going to drink it.
I showed you my slushy maker where you.
I love that thing. Yeah, I'm going to get me one sometime. But I had to take it out 30 minutes and then beat it to death to get it to break up. So, but it's not bad. No. Now, if you handed it to a kid and they took a couple of sips, they'd probably hand it back. It's not really sweet, which I like, that it's not overly sweet. But you definitely can. I think that it says do not microwave. It's manufactured by Cool Tropics, Bedford, Massachusetts. You can go to cool-tropics.com if you want to look at their website. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Oh.
But you definitely can find that guava.
Made up for the eat your face off cereal. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, me, Kathy, and Brandon, I don't know if it was not quite a week ago, about 4 or 5 days ago. I don't know how many days ago it was, but we did a nighttime show. And it was the first nighttime show that I had done in quite some time. And, well, no, because I had done one before with Brandon. But anyway, we were talking about the famous people that have done bad things, basically. Sex crimes, basically. Rape and all that. And yeah, it was a touchy subject, and it was, but I felt like it was something that needed to be discussed. The bad things some people do in the entertainment industry. But anyway, at the end of it, I did a taste test, and Brandon yesterday sent me a picture. He found them. He found the Post Malone Oreos.
I saw Post Malone showing his Oreos.
Oh, did you? I didn't see that.
It was a commercial on TV, and he goes, check it out.
But he sent me a picture. I don't know what it was, a grocery store or whatever. He sent me a picture of a display of Post Malone Oreo. I don't know if he got any. Maybe he got it. But
I'm going to order me some. I'm having to watch my money. This is the time of month everything comes out of the bank,
Yeah, that's like, me donating to Dot's fun run. I would have donated more, but yeah, it's the end of the month. And scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
Ian was perfect. Thank you so much for doing that. I wouldn't ask you, but she kept telling me how important it was to her. If people could just contribute $1, Nana, it means a lot. So I kicked it off with 30,
I did 10. And you said she had her fun run and had a great time. So
she had so much fun. Yeah. And for a child that's medically fragile, y'all, and has to miss school with viruses this year since September 3 or 4 times, at least 3 times, I know, running high fever and having to be home because we can't risk her health, and then getting to go back to school. My heart was warmed, and Jay's was too, that she was able to go back to school and actually do the fun run. It was still pretty cold. It was a little above freezing here, but she did it. And she had a blast. She said, it was so much fun. She said, my only problem was it was just an hour. I said, well, baby, it was cold outside. She said, no, we did some outside, but we did a lot more inside. And I don't know how they did it, but they fun runned in their school. And the money that she ended up getting $110 contributions, and the money goes for the arts part of, because there's hardly no funding for these little schools, and this little school from a small town that she goes to. And it's it goes, I'm sorry, y'all, there we go. It goes for playground equipment, getting more of that, and it goes to the arts for the school, the arts class, These poor teachers, they can just do so much,
Well, there's a lot of them that spend their own money for the classes.
Well, yeah.
And, buying equipment and buying, supplies or whatever, they do it themselves. They pay for it themselves.
And snacks so the kids can learn, because if you come in and you're hungry, you can't think.
But no, yeah, great that Dot was able to do that and have fun, and so that's great. Yeah, given her condition and all that, and that she's able to enjoy that. So no, happy to hear that. So.
Yeah. First part of the week she was really sick again, y'all. So had to go to the doctor and was running a fever and everything. So I was so glad she got over that spell where she's able to go back. I want, give me 3 or 4 of them.
Well, anyway, about the Post Malone Oreos, there's just like, I think there's 5 left. So I've been eating them with milk. I'm a dunker, as you know. But anyway, if you missed the show I did with Brandon, go watch it though. But be prepared for some sensitive talk about some sensitive subjects.
Well,
But
you did a good disclaimer at the front, Jason.
It turned out good. We had some good discussion. Brandon certainly had some good insight. And yeah. But now Brandon wants to do talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series. And so what I've been doing is catching up on some of the films. And I saw one last night for the first time, Leatherface, which was in 2017. And it was just god awful. Oh, I made it through it, but it was just, it was awful. Texas Chainsaw 3D, which I'd never seen, was okay. But there's some that I would have to pay to see. And one I want to pay for, it's like $4, is The Next Generation, which has got Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger in it. I want to see that. I saw it 100 years ago, but I want to see it again. It's crazy. It's a bad movie, but Matthew McConaughey has a ball with it. You know, it's like he knows he's in a bad movie, so he's going to have fun. So I want to see that. So I'm going to pay. I guess I'll pay the $4 to see that. And of course, the first 2 films I'm real familiar with. And there was the remake that was made, you know, what was early 2000s or something like that. It's been a while since I've seen those, but, you know, I'm not going to pay to watch them again. But, you know, I can talk about them. But I guess that'll be the next thing I do with Brandon is talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films. And so I don't know when that'll be. It probably won't be just a few days now. The weather's cleared up and it's pretty, and I'm in the mood for doing shows again. So I'll talk to Brandon. I may watch that Next Generation maybe tonight. Go ahead and spend that $4 and watch that. And then I'll message him and set up a time to do that show. But anyway, back to the post. But if you didn't watch the show I did last time with Kathy and Brandon, at the end of the show, I did the taste test of the Post Malone Oreo. And what it is swirled salted caramel and shortbread flavored cream.
I want some now.
And the cookies have got designs on them. And I showed most of them, but here's one I don't think I showed. I don't know. I don't even know how to hold it and what. I can't tell what it is. Yeah, but anyway, I can't tell what that is. So I don't know what that is.
I can't tell either.
Yeah, I can't tell what this is.
I mean, it showed up good for us, but I can't tell.
Yeah. And then this one says Post.
Aww.
Post.
Yeah. Post.
And let's see. And here's a butterfly.
Aww.
Now, if you're a fan of Post Malone, which I'm not a fan. I don't have anything against him. I just haven't been listening to his music.
I like his country music only.
And this one says Oreo Post. And then
I need to order some since they're limited edition.
There was a guitar, but I don't have a guitar here. But there's one of them was a guitar. So apparently he's good at the guitar.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Well, mainly he's a singer.
But anyway, Post Malone Oreos, and I reviewed it and really did enjoy the flavor.
I want them.
That I hope that if they stop making Post Malone Oreos, they'll keep making the swirled caramel flavored or whatever this is. That they'll keep making this flavor, and I really like the flavor.
So you know what? It's a couple of months till Easter. Do you eat Peeps? Do you like marshmallows?
I'm not huge on Peeps, but I love those Cadbury eggs, the chocolate Cadbury eggs.
Oh yeah.
With the caramel center and like a sweet and it's like some kind of sweet cream and caramel center.
Yeah.
And with the chocolate egg, I love those though. And so yeah,
I think April's a big fan of those.
I'll get some of those.
Dang it.
Probably, if I'm able to get some of those
Yeah.
The Peeps, I'm not huge on the Peeps.
You can take or leave them.
I can take the Peeps. I'll eat them. If someone offers me a Peep, I'll eat it. But
They're like crack to me. I could eat them and then be hooked on them and want to buy them. So I don't buy it. One box. I don't.
I'll eat a Peep, but I don't look for the Peeps.
Nope. Gotta stay away from them. I hate to do this, but I gotta step away. My sugar is very low. I mean, I'm not gonna leave the show, but I gotta go to the kitchen and find something I could eat on. Maybe get some peanut butter crackers. Oh, but I'll go into the kitchen. I gotta take insulin anyway, still to stay on the time schedule here, but I've got to step away.
Yeah,
I'm like, I ate me some buttered toast with I like that that multi-grain, the big multi-grain bread. It's a small loaf, but they're big. They're big pieces of bread, I can't get my hands right. There you go. They're big, So so my toaster quit on me, which I paid like $10 or $9 for it at Walmart when I first moved in him a little over a year ago. But my toaster croaked. I'm like, that's okay, So I just use the stove, the stovetop. I just buttered it and throwed it in there and cooked it and flipped it, and
That's the kind of bread I like, is that multigrain bread. But like you say, it's big, and it's too big for the damn toaster. I got to put it on the side. I got to toast. I do it twice to get it.
Yep. Half at a side.
Too wide for the toaster.
But bread has gotten outrageous too. But this bread I'll bring it in here because I'm fixing to. I think I'll make me a peanut butter bread because it might.
Well, go ahead and do your thing.
Well, I just had to take a shot and it hurts.
Oh, okay.
So it hurt the sore place on my boob. Anyway, no, I am. I'm about to step away, but I was putting up all my diabetes stuff. I got this from Temu a little over a year ago. And the zippers held up. It's been a good one. Okay. I'll be back directly.
Okay. Well, we don't have anyone else that's chiming in. Blair said a couple of things, but I'm not saying anybody in here. So
it don't matter. We can talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah. Well, we're going to, of course. But yeah, if anyone steps in here, definitely speak up here. Let us know you're here. Hit that thumbs up. Appreciate it. But yeah, it sure is nice to get on the other side of that bitter cold. And like I say, for me personally, the overcast where there's no sun, because to me that is the most depressing thing in the world, is for it to be cold and gray and overcast. It's not the cold so much. I'm not a huge fan of the cold, but it could be sub-freezing. But if the sun is out and it's, the blue sky and the sun's out, I'm fine. I'll be out there in the cold, and just enjoying the pretty blue sun, but I'll be cold. But if it's gray and cold, oh gosh, it just drains all the energy out of me and just makes me feel just like, I'm not suicidal, but I'm just like I'm sad and I'm depressed, and I feel just all alone in the world, and just everything. It affects me all kinds of ways for it to be cold and gray. Jay and Blair wants me to tell a story. I don't know. I have to give that some thought, Blair. What kind of story I could tell? A story that I haven't told. So, yeah, you kind of you're hit me kind of. I'll have to do some thinking about that to tell a story. I'm trying to think of anything, something that's happened in my childhood and that kind of stuff.
We used to put you in trash cans when you were 4.
Yeah, upside down. And who was that son of a bitch you used to hang around with? What was his name? he was mean to me. What was that bastard?
I can't remember.
But think of some just dudes you hung around with during that time, during the 70s.
Well, we were teenagers, me and Donna, and we were running the marina, and Daddy decided.
I think Pat, Joy's Joy, Vicky's sister Patty, I think married one of them.
Oh, that was Terry Acock. I couldn't stand him.
Okay, he was one of them.
This is the bread that I get, the multi-grain.
Yeah, that's what I get. Yeah.
Oh, it was a little over $2.
Yeah,
it's not bad at all.
I get that exact bread. I like that bread. It's like you get a good shot of protein, and it's
big.
It's got seeds in it, and it's crunchy when you toast it.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so what he would do, and it'd be a couple of these dudes, and then like I say, if you threw his name out, I'd say, yeah, okay, I'd marry him. But Terry,
Jimmy, that used to come down there and hang out, and they play pinball machines, and
what was it? Oh, Jimmy Don Burleson.
There you go.
Oh my God, Jimmy Don Burleson.
It was him that did it more than Terry.
He was mean as hell to me, that Jimmy Don Burleson, because
he couldn't stand you.
Fun to pick on a kid, because damn Jimmy Don Burleson. Oh my God.
Let me first talk about the trash cans. My daddy decided when he took that job.
They were tall.
Well, what they were was big. They were about 5 foot tall and about, not quite the diameter wasn't that big. But it was big enough we could put Jay in it. But anyway, so he bought 4 of them. And the reason he bought them at an auction, he went to auction for this Mahia State School, and he bought them from the laundry area. And that's what they used to put laundry in they would wash them and use those big containers to take the sheets and blankets and everything. They took them back to the dorms. Okay, I'm with you now. Anyway, and so they were huge, Well, she and I couldn't even, it would take 3 people to lift one of them if it was full of trash to dump it into the big barrels, out Daddy had outside. We couldn't even lift them. They were so heavy. And, I don't really care for this peanut butter. Hampton Farms creamy peanut butter. See? Wait, let's get right. Come on. Hampton Farms creamy peanut butter. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's the only I like creamy Jif. That's my favorite jam, but this is free, right? So when you get something free from the food pantry,
anyway, the putting me in the trash can, and me being a little kid, I probably did something annoying. I'll admit it. But that was the repercussions of being annoying. Whatever I was doing was he picked me up by the damn legs and put me upside down in this tall trash can. And of course I'm screaming like a little brat, and because I'm not happy about being put in this trash can. But Jimmy Don Burleson, oh my God.
That's who did it. Yeah. By the time you said Terry, I'm like, well, I didn't care for Terry, but no, it wasn't Terry, and it was Jimmy Don that did it.
Jimmy Don Burleson. But anyway, who is it? Mystical here says comparing to Henry Bowers, and that's a character from the It films, the Stephen King It.
And he was a butthead. Was Henry a butthead? There you go.
Bully or whatever, Henry Bowers. So yeah. Hang on. And hey, we got Texas here. Hadn't seen him in a while.
Hi, Texas.
Made with real Hampton Farms employees. Hi, Jay and Kathy. Hey, nice to see you, Texas. It's been a while. And let's see what's up to. The origin of Chester Grimm was I used to do these things for the Dead Pit channel on a pretty regular basis. I did DVD reviews. CK would send me DVDs. Usually it'd be movies they didn't want to screw with, so they'd send them to me to review. So I do DVD reviews, and I'd go to the Texas Frightmare Weekend. I'd interview some of the guests. And so I was doing things here and there for them, maybe it'd be a video or like it'd be a review or just something like that. And I was watching, like Elvira and Zachary and these old time horror movie hosts where they would show like an old horror film and it'd be some guy dressed up as a zombie or some kind of weird makeup or something like that, that would talk after the movie or between the commercials or whatever, of the movie. So I wanted to do like a horror movie host character. And I thought that'd be fun to do a video. And it might have been CK that came up with the name, Chester Grimm. I don't know. It was either me or CK that came up with the name. And he goes, that's cool. That's good. That's a cool idea. And that's back when I was doing stuff with Ray. He sent me a track because he did the music. He did the theme because he does stuff with music. He plays guitar and he can play keyboard and stuff like that. CK can. And he sent me the theme for Chester Grimm. And I was, oh, cool. And so just one thing led to another. And I wrote a script and me and Ray got together and did the show. And he found a video that we could show, from a independent filmmaker. And and so, and it just kind of went on from there. And it was fun at the time denying that I was Chester Grimm. It was like, who's Chester Grimm? And there were some people that said, well, who they could tell. They said, well, that's Jay Reels, who that is. And I'm like, no, it's not me. I don't know who that is. So for a while, for a short time, I denied I was Chester Grimm. It was just like this guy that, did a show. So, but it was pretty obvious it was me in that makeup. But yeah, that was the origin. Me getting with Wes, the creepy Kentuckian from Dead Pit, and just kind of hashing out this idea for this character, doing this horror host thing. And then, we started to do these shows. And then it got to be Ray sort of took over where he got more creative with the character and kind of giving him a background and stuff like that. So he kind of took over the writing and directing, which I thought he did a good job anyway. So I didn't mind that. But that was the origin of it. Me getting with Wes and just kind of hashing out this idea for doing this sort of comedic horror host character, for something to do to put on the Dead Pit channel. So there you go. But yeah, there you go. So what else? We're getting close to springtime, and of course there's a lot of springtime events. I don't watch sports, but baseball is going to start up here pretty soon, and but people just getting out and doing all kinds of not sports, but necessarily, but springtime stuff. Of course, Easter coming up, and and like I say, to get past that bitter cold and gray weather it's like a night and day thing with me. I just feel it's like
it doesn't, like you said, I was in the kitchen listening to you getting my stuff together. It's not depression, Jay, but you get the deep blues. You just get the blues. I hate
it. I just feel, it's like I don't want to do anything. And it's just, it just really saps my energy, but I don't have much sense. So I can't stand to be cooped up inside the house. So unless it's pouring down rain, no matter what the weather is, I'm going to be outside. Whether it's bitter cold or it's 110 degrees, I'm going to be outside.
Walking.
Yeah. But if it's cold and gray, even though I'm out there, which I should be inside the house next to the heater, but I'm still outside. But that just depresses me so much. It really is. It's a depression, is what it is.
Seasonal depression, huh?
It affects me emotionally. Gray, cold weather. Let's see. Mystical says MLB has already started back up. First day of spring training games was yesterday. Yeah, okay.
I
Yeah.
was living oh gosh, at least 10, 11 years. I was living about, I don't know, Jay, it wasn't even a mile from Dell Diamond where they play baseball. And Jay had visited me one time, and every Friday night during baseball season, after the game, they shoot off fireworks. Remember that?
Yeah.
I said, I heard it. You can hear it from our house. I mean, it's really close, like I said, it's less than a mile. And you hear that boom, boom, And I said, come on, Jay, let's get in the car. Where are we going? I said, we're just going to go down here. We're going to park in our neighborhood. And we did it. We say we'll see a fair amount of them, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because it's that transition time that in Texas, we're usually one extreme or the other. We're either really cold or really hot, and but this year hadn't been too bad. We've had some really nice days. Where it's not been to one extreme to the other. It's been like, maybe in the mid 70s. But before we had the bitter cold, it was hot as hell.
We're getting it to 80.
We had a day that reached 90 degrees here in February. Yeah, it broke another record. It broke the hot record. We broke the cold record a week later. But yeah, it reached 90 degrees one day in February. So there you go. That's Texas for you. One extreme to the other. One day, one record broken for the hottest day of ever in the month of February, and another day, the coldest day in the month of February. So there you go. And that is in a week's time. Yeah. So yeah, that is Texas for you. There's this guy that does the product reviews, the freaking reviews. He's in Las
I love him. Freaking reviews, y'all. Look him up.
Bald-headed guy, and he does freaking reviews, and he's in Las Vegas. And often he'll be in his car, and he'll show on he's 119 degrees today, and he's not covered in sweat or anything, and it's that sort of dry, what they call dry heat. That it's hot as hell, but it's not that humid weather that you can wear.
Well, we get the humid weather you can wear where I live.
We get, yeah. It'll be 105, 110 degrees here and also humid as hell. So you're just drenched in sweat. But that freaking reviews, guys, never sweating. And it's like, they're showing the car, it shows the temperature. Well, it's 119 today in Las Vegas, And it doesn't, oh my God.
Before my poor car got totaled, I'd go from air conditioner to air conditioner if I had to go anywhere.
When did I start collecting Hot Wheels? And what's my favorite one? Oh gosh, it's been a good 10 years ago, probably longer than that, probably closer to 15 when I started collecting specifically the Batmobiles. And my favorite one, hang on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, and see, I thought that's all different kinds of Hot Wheels. It's not.
They're Batmobile.
It's Batmobiles.
They're Batmobile Hot Wheels, or Batcopters, or Batplanes.
Yeah, but
Batman related, but most of them are Batmobiles. And if I'm going to pick a favorite, I guess I'll go ahead and pick the classic 60s TV show Batmobile. I've got several versions of this car, but this is the one that was handy. But yeah, I'll call that my favorite. Is the classic 60s, the bang pow, yeah, that series, which was very campy and comical, and before
it was good though. I liked it.
But as far as the car, that's probably my favorite Batmobile. It's the 60s. Batmobile. So yeah. But yeah, it's probably been about 15 years closer to when I started collecting them. the ones that you see behind me on the wall, that's where, they're on the wall. That's where they first started. That's where I first started hanging them up. But then I got so many, I had to spread them out, and now they're back there, and they're any place I can find a bare piece of wood to hang one up is where I hang them. But yeah, and but yeah, probably closer to 15 years where I started to collect the Batmobiles, and I just think it's a very cool car. It's just I don't drive a car. I never have driven a car. But I love movie cars and TV cars from old classic shows, and Starsky and Hutch, and of course movies. Christine, that's probably my favorite movie car is Christine. But hang on, since we're talking about cars, I'll be right back.
He's got a big Christine car. That may be what he's going to get. Yeah. When Jay was coming up driving age, of course, he can't see out of one eye at all, and the other one he's legally blind. But the DMV patrolman told my mother he could come up here, if he's had the classroom part, and he could probably get his driver's license to drive certain hours of the day, when it's the brightest. But Jay had no interest in even thinking about that.
Well, no, I took the test.
Yeah.
I sailed through the written test. I did real good for the written test. And it was an old coach and to do the bright driving test. And I drove to the circle. And did I drive home? I don't know if I drove home or not. I know I drove to the circle. It might have went around the circle and back. And and then I had to parallel park, and there was a place behind the old Safeway store where you could parallel park. There was these two, little posts where you could do the parallel park thing. But anyway, when we got back, he says, Jay, no. I said, yeah, you're right. He said, no, Jay, because I was nervous as hell.
That's it. Yeah.
There was a couple of times where I didn't hit it. It wasn't close to hitting anybody, but it got kind of scary, and I got into the wrong lane at one point, and I had to pull in Jay and pull over in this lane here now, and he was nervous and I was nervous, but I made it back.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, Jay, you're just, no, this isn't going to work.
You didn't care. You didn't want to drive anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I did, because just to get from point A to point B and, hopefully maybe, be able to drive myself to school and that kind of stuff. The idea was nice, but I knew pretty much before I got inside that car and started driving that this wasn't going to happen. Yeah. So
well, it's good to know because I had no clue. Mama just said, yeah, he decided he didn't want to.
I took the test and he just, he was, well, he knew. He and I both knew.
Yeah.
This wasn't going to work. But anyway, showed you a few cars here. Speaking of the 60s Batmobile, so here's
they're pretty. Yeah.
Needs get the dust off of it. But anyway, yeah, there's the 60s Batmobile. It's a metal car. And then this is a show I used to watch and enjoy, but always loved the car. The TV show. But anyway, Starsky and Hutch.
What's not to love? Yeah, I love it. I drive it now. Bring it on.
Yeah, Starsky and Hutch.
I need a car.
This is back when cars were cars. All cars look like rolling shoe boxes now. Of course, it's all about safety and all that. But there's no personality to cars anymore. They don't look like anything. They just look like boxes.
I loved my little car.
Cars used to have personality, used to have style, and then you
had your Malibus, you had your GTOs.
Oh gosh, and my uncle had a Road Runner.
Yeah.
And of course he'd let me. I loved to honk the horn because it'd make that beep 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 beep, But the cars used to have, cars personality and style, and But cars no longer have that. The cars. They all look the same. They all look like a rolling shoebox. But anyway, back in the day, cars looked like something. They, You know, they look like almost like a living creature. You know,
Isn't that a GTO?
What is this? That's a good question. Does it say? It's got the license plate is California 537 ONN. So it's a Ford.
Yeah.
So it may be a GTO, but yeah, it's a Ford. But anyway, and the door opens and it's got the little light there because they're a policeman. Starsky Hutch.
Cute.
And I'm not gonna get out the big car, but I'll show you the little one here. Here's Christine.
Oh, isn't she cute? Yeah.
That's my favorite. And it was so cool that in one of the Texas Frightmare weekends, one of the ones I went to with Barry, they had a screen use Christine at Texas Frightmare.
Aww.
So you could get a picture with it, you know, and pose with it and all that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let you get in it. They wouldn't let you touch it. You know, they had a little roped it off, you know. But they had a screen use of Christine that was in the movie, you know, for like, but what they say screen use, a screen use Christine.
Yeah.
And I think that was the year that John Carpenter was there. But yeah, screen use Christine. So it was so cool to actually physically see a Plymouth Fury, a Christine car.
The year that I went with you, I saw a picture somewhere. They had a hearse, a bunch of hearse, like 40 of them out back behind. Everybody brought out their decked out hearses. And it was like you go out there and check them out. And anyway, I told you, I'm gonna go outside and look at these hearses. You're like, all right. And then I was gone about almost an hour. What took so long? I said, Jay, there's a bunch of them back there, just, like almost a big field, but it was all parking lot. And everybody had their back, but a lot of them had them back of the front end and the backs open, but it was cool. Some dead bodies, some not, some coffins, some not. But that was really nice to get to watch and look at. I mean, from like the 40s on up, So I got me some seeds. Wildflower blend seeds, right? And I am not good at growing anything but succulents. Succulents and house ivy, I can, like pothos, they call it ivy, I can keep alive and it'll roll and look pretty. But these I'm going to put in different little containers and water them and out on my big 3-tier. I mean, my 3-tier planter stand is like 5 feet in length and almost 5 feet in height, and it's got 3 tiers on it. So I need to get me some Miracle Grow and see if I can grow some flowers.
Well, talk about you gotta paint a rock. So talk about the rock you're gonna paint.
Yeah, I'm gonna paint a rock. I got a bunch of rocks. You me go get the one I'm gonna paint today?
Get the rock.
I'm gonna get the rock. I'm into rock painting. Now, have I done it? No, I've ordered the markers. I've got the base white paint. I've got the brushes, and I got some coming today. But
did they still do the thing where people will paint rocks and then they'll put them out, like put them out somewhere and you can find the rock?
Yeah.
Because I was with. I don't know, is it with you or with April? It was in my hand, and one of y'all found a rock that was painted up and decorated. And so it's kind of a thing to do, is to paint up and decorate rocks, and you go and put them out, in front of like an old building, in front of a store or something. You kind of hide it, where, it's kind of like a little Easter egg kind of thing where you find a rock.
And that's what it's all about. There's a group I'm in on Facebook called, I'm going to get the one that I found at Fairfield State Park that day. I was spending the week down there. And it's called Rock Gratitude. Now, first I'll tell you about this one. I spent the park. Sorry, y'all, my lungs are bad. The state park in Fairfield, Texas got closed down after 70 something years. It was leased to the state, and the owners would not renew the lease. And so a week, I went down there spent 5 days and nights car camping at this state park. And I got out and was hiking around with my big walking stick. And there was this tree with a little divot in it. And this was just sitting like this in that tree. I'm like, what is that? And I walked over to it, and it says "Gone Fishing."
Huh.
And this was put out. You find it's called, sorry, y'all, Kindness Rock. That's what it's called. Somebody painted it. See, it's just a rock. They painted it, and they hid it. And what you do is you hide it in nearly plain sight, okay, where it can be found. I mean, you don't take it and go put it out behind a trash can somewhere. No, you might put it beside a tree or a signpost or something like that, right? Now, you found a kindness rock. Please keep or rehide. I'll never let it go as my rock. But first, post a picture on Facebook page, Rockin, ROCKINNS. So this was from people in Ennis, Texas. And I really was excited when I found this rock. Now, I found the rock with Jay, and it was painted black, and it had green writing on it that said, "Truth is power," right? And it was about this big. It was a good round rock, right? And it was behind it wasn't behind it. It was laying on top of one of those, you know how you can, it's like a newspaper thing where you open it. Well, they have these counties and city newspapers. And it was sitting on one where you could get the free papers and read them about what people have for sale and stuff like that. And it was sitting just right on top of it. I'm like, Jay, there's a rock. And you said, "A what?"
Yeah.
There we go. I feel better. Sorry. When I walk, my oxygen drops. Anyway, this is the rock. See, it's a big one. It's a big rock. But I'm going to paint. This is real. It's not smooth, but this side's got more smoothness to it. But I'm going to paint it, the whole thing white. And then I hadn't decided what I'm going to put on it, but I have about 10 of these that range about a pound to half a pound to, there's one out there in my rock garden by my front door that, dang, I think that thing's 2.5 pounds. But I'm going to paint several of them and put either wording on them or some kind of scene on them, something like that. I thought it'd be cool to paint one, and on top, paint something that looks like a piece of food, and then paint ants going. Because these are the paint markers that people use for painting. I think he's got somebody at his door. Is somebody there?
Cell phone.
Oh, that sounded almost like a doorbell. I didn't know if you still had a door.
Yeah, it did.
Poshka is the brand that people use to paint the rocks. Now, if you're gonna put them outside, which I'm gonna do, I'm putting them back in my rock garden. And then I'm gonna buy some that I paint and decorate and then hide around Georgetown. I live in Georgetown, Texas, and I'm really real close to the city, about 6 blocks from being right downtown. So I'm gonna take some, paint them, and go hide them,
Well, I've got a rock. I found, I don't know what God probably been 10 years ago when I found this out. I've got a rock driveway because this is limestone county, so limestone, but I found this and I thought, this is cool. And it's a petrified wood.
Oh, neat. Yeah.
So it's rock, but it's wood.
When April carried the kids to spend the weekend in Darren, and they stayed in a caboose that this couple, they said this is their retirement money, is their Airbnb caboose. And, they had a big fire pit and they did marshmallows and everything.
Yeah,
they do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. Yes. Well, you're saying that the current 2025 Corvettes look badass. So the Corvette is one of the exceptions where it's actually a car that looks pretty cool. And, where I said no, the cars don't look interesting anymore. They just look like rolling shoe boxes. But you said a new Corvette though is one of the exceptions. So
thank you.
Okay.
So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna juzz up some of my rocks that are in my rock garden, and when I'm done, I'm gonna take a picture of it, and I'll show y'all sometime.
Well, yeah, we do our next show. If you've got the rock painted, you'll show some rocks.
Jay he does a lot of chalk art, used to, and really good. I can't draw a circle without a lid to put down and draw around it, right? So it's going to be a little challenging, but I'm going to get it done. I'm watching a lot of YouTube on actually how to do designs. They don't seem like, these are textured though. So you could paint them and put some kind of wording on them, But then you Crayon has a sealant that you buy and spray them, But I'm a ways from that. I want to get them painted and decorated. Then I'll order that spray to seal them. Sealant is what it is. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I want the weather to get warmer so I could get out with my little rolly cart and put my oxygen tank in it, which I have to use if I want much. Because
I think particularly beginning tomorrow, it's supposed to be just beautiful weather.
I want exercise.
Yeah, just beautiful for the coming future. For at least next week to 10 days, supposed to be just pretty.
Yeah. I really don't want to be around a bunch of people still, because I'm so susceptible, even though I've had all my vaccines with this respiratory issue.
What's been happening pretty close by is there's been a measles outbreak where there's a town, and I don't know, I forget where it's at.
West, but not where Brandon lives, West Texas. There's a couple of counties that are having huge measles outbreak. But you know what they're saying about that too? 90% of them or more
aren't vaccinated.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We believe in them, Jay, me, my daughter's family. We believe in their vaccines.
Well, when I go to the doctor tomorrow, I might say, look, do you have any vaccines here that I can get? I want to get shingles. Yeah, should I get that measles vaccine?
Ask about, no joke, man. I got mine.
The CDC or whatever you call it.
MMR.
MMR, whatever. I said, any vaccines you think I should get?
It's measles, mumps, and rubella. That's what it is.
Yeah. Because not studying on getting no measles or anything else. I don't go it's very seldom that I do go out in the public. And back when the COVID was around, I'd always wear a mask. I don't wear a mask anymore, but I'm always a little nervous though, going out in public, going to Walmart, HEB and that kind of stuff. But I still do it, of course, but because particularly this time of year, just everything's flying around. The flu, I got my flu shot, got the COVID shot back in September. I got it the same day. But And of course, COVID's still around. Not near as bad, but it's still around. And but now measles of all things. Good God. It's just of all the things to worry about, the measles. So yeah.
Watching RFK talk the other day, he did him a little CNN spurg, and he said, really, the people that caught COVID, because he's an anti-vaxxer, now he's over all of our health and human services vaccines.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, you know what he said the other day? Let me catch my air again. It'll settle down when I say it. He said, people that died of COVID didn't die of COVID. No, sir, they didn't. They died of their underlying conditions.
Oh, okay. All right.
But they did die of COVID because there was healthy people, young, that got COVID and died. But that's what he said. He said, no, they didn't die of COVID. They died of the diabetes.
Oh boy, it's going to be a fun 4 years.
And then there was a doctor that commented on it. He said, sir, if they might have had diabetes, and they might have been elderly, and they even might have been overweight. But if they hadn't got COVID, they would have lived.
Well, yeah.
Well, now I don't believe that. He said, I don't believe that. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what are you about to do to our vaccines? You crazy. MF, y'all can fill in the blank. I'm sorry, y'all.
And then Elon Musk is out there with the chainsaw, and he's going to cut all the spending.
Well, yeah, because do you see when he had his little baby, his little 3-year-old in the White House at the resolution desk, and Trump's there while Elon's doing all the talking. Little boy pointed his finger at Trump. He says, "Don't you say a damn thing. You're not president." Well, see.
Well, Elon says, but you're watching CNN though. Keep that in mind. So
I watch them all.
I do not watch CNN.
I do. I watch MSN. I watch CNN. I watch ABC News. I watch NBC News. Am I saturated? Yes.
Like I say, the news is going to get to me, but I'm not going to see
it. Don't get to me. I just think some of it's funny now. Now I just get to chuckle.
Yeah, well, yeah, no.
Jay does not find the humor.
Well, because like I say, me being on the type of disability I'm on, it's not like yours, because yours is based on money that you paid into Social Security, but mine is called SSI. Basically, it's kind of indigent Social Security. And I'm on Medicaid. That is my insurance provider is Medicaid. And so try not to worry, because what good is worrying going to do? If you can't do anything about it, what good is worrying going to do? But, definitely when he talks about all the deep cuts he's going to do, another thing he talked about is Medicaid. Well, that is my health insurance, Medicaid.
Yeah.
It pays for my medications. I take a thyroid medication. I take a statin and a few other things. Seeing the doctor like tomorrow, it covers that, Medicaid. So, yeah.
Well, it's all the agencies, man. So don't worry about it. He's going to all the agencies. He's not shutting them down. Well, I don't know. He's trying to shut some down, but some of the federal judges are saying,
Well, yeah, and he's fired a bunch of IRS people, and
he went to Pentagon and cleaned some house there.
Yeah.
And he's hit everything but Social Security, and they'll get there, Jay. They'll get there.
Hush.
Well, that's not, that's more me than you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's me too.
So anyway. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, what choice we have.
Yeah, there's not nothing we can do right about it.
And Mystical says, Jay, so long as you're not 180 years old and still on Medicaid, then you'll be fine. and I guess laughing at what she's
Yeah.
saying.
Mystical, like I said, Jay is like, shut up, sis. I
Yeah,
try to talk to him sometimes. Shut up, sis, shut up. And I'm like, Jay, I
and
gotta be aware.
and the judge that tried to block Trump is a Biden Harris campaign supporter. So
I don't care as long as some of the federal judges are stepping up and trying to help us from what Musk is trying to do to us and Trump letting him. I'm okay with the federal judges.
Mystical may very well be a Trump supporter, and I certainly I'm not going to talk against any Trump supporters. I think everyone should support who they support. I'm just, have concerns about what I live on. I live on a disability. I get $940 something a month, and Medicaid, which is my health insurance. And I'm nearly 60 years old. I live alone in this old beat up old trailer house. Thankful to have it. Thankful to have a roof over my head and to be able to pay my bills. But yeah, it's. I don't consider myself poverty stricken, but I'm definitely every dollar counts, everything, to make sure that at the end of the month I can pay all my bills and continue to eat and live.
Yeah, I like to eat.
And so, Trump concerns me. He does the things that he decides to do. Now, I do think there are some cutting that needs to be done in the government. There are some things that need to be, some house needs to be cleaned. I agree with that.
I do too.
And all the border stuff, I think, okay, he's heading in the right direction with that. But there are some things that concern me. And, it's just a wait and see. But I'm not going to talk against Trump.
Oh, Lord, no.
Certainly not going to talk against Trump supporters because you all are welcome. I believe everyone should support who they support, and I'll fight for the death for your right to support Donald Trump. But and I was no fan of Joe Biden.
Me neither.
He didn't do much of anything. He was just kind of just sort of there, so as a president, I thought he was pretty lackluster and just, and I felt we did need a change. All right.
Yeah. And I believe in the cuts. I believe there should be cuts to government spending waste. I do believe that. I believe there is a lot of it. But you can't just slash without giving any inkling to what you're slashing. I think they should have went into it, him and in a more methodical way. Okay, wait a minute. Let's look at this section first. Weed out what's doing. But no, they just said, that's it. Don't come to work. You're fired. You can't do that to vital, needed. But anyway, that's my opinion.
And I can't comment a whole lot about that because I don't understand. A lot of that I don't understand. So
I do.
But anyway, Mr. says, guess who else dramatically downsized government? Bill Clinton, and he was able to get us to a balanced budget. So
yeah, and like I said, I had no problem with a lot of what he's doing. I have no problem. Now, I do think our nuclear needs to be protected. And I'm a little nervous about how quickly they did that, but they scrambled and tried to get some of those people back. And they, but I'm a little nervous about what they're going to do with education, and some of the other departments that they've just. So here's my attitude about it. Don't just cut people out without knowing how vital they are to the job that they have been doing.
Well, and the other thing, I guess I've got him as a friend on Instagram because I've seen a couple of the videos that he's put out, and this is April's husband,
Darren. Yeah.
talking about Dot and the medication that she has to take, growth hormone and other medications that she has to have just to live, and the potential cuts and things that are related to what she has to have.
Yeah.
And the medical coverage that she has, and the availability of the medications that she
Yeah.
has.
Yeah. I mean,
And
because RFK, you cut her medicine off, you're killing her. That's what you're doing. Because she has to have it to live, like insulin dependent. I am. I have to have it to live. If I can't, he says, get you some apple cider vinegar, start drinking some other night, and you won't need insulin. If I
what
don't
was
take,
it back in the COVID days that Trump says we should drink bleach? I think.
well, if I don't take my insulin in 4 days, I'm dead.
Yeah, yeah.
So come
So,
on.
but like I say, it. I try not to worry. I'm
No,
concerned, but I try not to, but because what good would that do? What good would
there ain't nothing you can do. It's out of our hands, in
yeah,
other words.
it's out of our hands. So, um, uh, so yeah, it's a wait and see thing, and just back when we knew that Trump was going to win, my attitude was, well, I'm going to hope for the best. I'm going to hope he's going to
That's
do.
all you can do. Yeah.
Yes, hope he's going to do us right. Um, so yeah, yeah. But anyway,
Hey, what about our house down there that's no longer there? Have they done anything with that property?
no, it's just the cement, still there. I don't know if she plans on doing it. It's a woman, and she built this beautiful 2-story house. It's basically a mansion she built there where the Holloways used to live.
Yeah.
It's a huge house. I mean, but Tommy, my neighbor Tommy says, yeah, Jay, she's a multimillionaire. I don't know how she got her money. I don't know if she inherited it or what, but she said, yeah. And I've met her a few times. She's got a damn dog that'll come and bark at me sometimes. And she'll say, oh, Jay, I'm sorry about that dog. She don't call me Jay. I don't think she knows my name, but she said, I'm so sorry. She said, oh, as long as he just barks and that's all he does, that's fine. But anyway, and that's all I ever see is her. I don't see anyone else going there. I don't see any neighbors visiting her. I don't see any relatives visiting her. I don't know if she lives by herself. But it's a damn mansion. It's a big, huge 2-story house. I want to go in the house. I want to just someday when she comes out to yell at the dog, I want to say, "Can I look in your house? I want to see inside your house." Because there's not a prettier house within miles of here than that house. It's a huge house. And including and with a property where the Holloways lived.
Yeah.
And I guess she bought that property that our house was on. She bought it from the water district, I guess. Because tore the house down, but it still got the cement, the old driveway still there.
Yeah.
And that old building beside it, that old wooden building is still up beside it. But now, and there's a boat out front that's on a trailer thing. But no, I don't know if she plans on doing anything with it.
Yeah.
But Mystical says it is in our hands, guys. We vote every 2 years. So.
Well, yeah. Yeah. But I mean, immediately the changes are going on. Immediately, I have no control over.
They hear it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to see inside that house. So and of course that would be a creepy thing to ask, but I just say, look, I think she sees me walking every day. I walk pretty much every day. I walk down that circle and back sometimes.
Tell her where you live and that you've lived in this area since birth.
She knows who I am because she met me on the road one time when I was walking. She goes, I'm so sorry about the dog barking at you, because he would come and get pretty close and sort of snap at me.
Yeah.
A pretty good sized dog, I said, as long as that's all he does is bark. That's I'm okay.
We're fine.
Get out of here and holler back at him. But anyway, so she knows. I think she knows where I live. But I want to say, I want to see inside your house because you've got this beautiful house. I want to see the inside of it. I just want to see what it looks like inside.
I wonder if it's got a swimming pool.
I don't know. I don't
think so.
But yeah, it's a Big old
Now it may have changed, but for even when I was living down there in 2017, 18, at Uncle Willie's place, if it's waterfront, you can't buy that land. You can buy the land you live on, but if it's waterfront,
I don't know how what the deal was, or if it's a lease or whatever. But they tore
yeah,
it
you can do a 99-year lease,
down. But
and then then the family can renew the lease as long as their blood kin. That's the way it's always been.
But anyway, a little more policy says enough politics, but one more bit of politics from Mystical. Right. I'm just saying Trump was voted by the majority. He was given a national mandate, and all the things he's doing right now, he campaigned on. The majority of America voted for his agenda. Yes.
There you go. And it sounds like he's carrying it out. I just worry about what it's going to do to me and Jay. That's mainly all I care about.
Me. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. I agree 100% with what you said. He's doing what he says he's going to do.
Yeah.
My question is, how is the things he's doing going to affect me?
Right.
That's the question.
So it's Mystical. It's major concern is what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Well, me more than Jay, because he's like, I don't care.
Yeah, he was voted by the majority. Yes.
Oh yeah.
And he's doing what he said he was going to do. Yes.
And Elon's up there because he contributed $250 million to help get Trump in there again.
And I agree with everything you're saying. My question is, how is all the things that he says he's going to do, how is those things going to affect my life?
Right.
Is my life going to change in a negative way because of what he's doing?
But it didn't the last term he was in there.
But he's doing more things now than he did.
But things look a lot different now.
Yeah, he's doing more now than he did before. And so that is my question is, maybe it will affect me in a positive way, maybe so. But my concern is, will it affect me in a negative way in just having money to live on and having medical care? Those two things are my biggest concerns. And will those things be affected by Donald Trump?
Yeah.
That's my question.
Because if something happens to my federal housing allotment, that I live at that housing authority apartments, if something happens to that, I'm showing up on Jay's front door. Don't think I won't. I'll get a U-Haul, load everything up, and I will be at his front door saying, "Hey, Jay, remember when you offered part of that store to me?"
It may not have, don't have electricity hooked up to it, but
I don't care. I don't care.
And yes, and Trump needed Elon and Joe Rogan and Charlie Kirk and all the rest of them because he was up against a mass monster, the heavily funded Democratic propaganda-fueled party. I'm not.
Well, he won out, so
he won. So, yeah. So there you go. Got some politics in here, and I don't talk politics because I don't understand politics.
No, the ins and out and it's just the news that I watch because I do not want to be blindsided.
Well, yeah.
And that just keeps me in the know, Jay. That's all it does. It just keeps me in the know. And so anyway, so I'm excited about the weather being warm. I'm going to get out and walk. I'm going to order me some potting soil. Put it on my bank. I might have to wait till the first of the month.
Are you cooking or baking anything?
Nope. I cook enough to stay alive. I get Meals on Wheels Monday through Friday every day at lunch for lunch, and it's a warm, hot, good meal. I'll get enchiladas and refried beans and Spanish rice, and usually they'll hand me a piece of fruit. It's either apple or pear or banana, one or the other, and tortilla. Whole wheat tortilla, and a little cartons of milk. They're 1%, and I pour 2 of them together. Make me chocolate milk at night sometimes, depending on my blood sugar. So I'm not cooking. I'm not baking. I have tossed around in my brain whether I might do something on my channel eventually again. I mean, I already got the equipment to do it, So I don't know. I don't know. I'm staying up. If I do, I can't mention my family. And that's second nature for me to talk about those grandkids. I mean, I live a 30-minute drive one way. So if April goes over there, comes over here and picks me up, takes me over there, and I stay all day, she'll bring me back. That's almost an hour for her to be on the road. So what we'll do is I'll Uber over there, and that's about 14, 15 bucks. I'll pay my way over, and she'll pay Lyft to bring me home. So I'm only out that one amount, not because I'm on a fixed income. I live on Social Security, folks. I have no other income. So, which is okay. And I'm able to do it as long as it stays what it is now. And I'm sure we're going to be just fine.
Well, yeah, that's the attitude.
Yay. So anyway,
yeah,
but what
we're like I say, we're getting towards the kind of weather that makes me energized and
happy.
Hopefully, that I still need to make some purchases, but hopefully get started on my short film, The List.
Are you going to go ahead and break down and get you a little laptop?
Well, I'm thinking about it, but like I say, yeah, that would be a chunk of money. That'd be $500-600 or so. So that'd be a chunk of money right now to get that. But yeah, I need a new laptop with the memory for editing and just new technology to match the new technology of the camera I got, which is a 4K camera. But I really like the script, and the few people that have read it have really liked it. I haven't talked to Parrish Randall in a few months, so I don't know if he's still on board. He said he really liked the script and he would play the part that I had for him. And of course, he's a professional actor. He gets paid to act, and does independent films and stuff. Parrish Randall, been doing that for 20 something years. He was in my last movie, and it
was very, very good.
He said he really liked the script. And a few people that have read it said they really like the script. And you're getting more serious, and it's more of a drama and dealing with some more serious subjects. But I really like the characters in it and like it. I really do want to do it, So we'll see. Well,
I have a question. Can you film just Randall's part and then maybe another character, just their part?
No, not really, because a lot of the shots have all the characters at the same time.
Oh, they're interacting.
They're interacting. Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious.
He spoiler, he kills one of the major characters.
Oh, well, so they got to be there.
They got to be there. So
yeah.
No, they all got to be there at the same time.
I was just curious.
But yeah. And
what do I know? I paint rocks.
Hopefully before the year's out, I'll be able to start on that, because that's one and really just enjoy that, working with the actors and putting it together and editing and all that process. I really enjoy that process, and entering into film festivals and stuff. So we'll see. But yeah, now that the weather's starting to clear up and get pretty, I'm energized again, where it was cold and gray, that sapped all the energy out of me. Now I'm getting my energy back. And
so you're solar paneled, which means the sun makes you do.
Kind of. Yeah. It charges me up. The sun charges me up.
Charged. There we go.
It does. And it gets me interested in doing things.
Yeah.
When it's cold and gray, I don't want to do nothing. But when it's sunny and pretty and warm, then I want to do things. I want to participate. I got to engage, and and
I got 5 pen pals, and I've written to all of them, and I've got one stamped over here. I need to go put it in the mailbox to go off tomorrow. So I just wait for them to write me back. So, but if it's pretty tomorrow, I am a quarter mile from the food pantry. And if I walk down there, I can Uber home. And I'll wear a mask. I wore a mask when I went to the senior center and got that cereal. And So, and I bought some greeting cards from her. But anyway, I wear a mask while I'm around the other people. And they say that I'm really kind of nervous about that stomach virus that's going around. But what they say about that is keep in mind, alcohol won't kill it. So your hand sanitizer will not kill it. When you get home, just get you some good sudsy soap and water. I wash my hands good. That's what you do when you go to NICU. You have to wash your hands really good. You take all your jewelry off and you wash your jewelry. You can put it back on, but you wash your jewelry. And I wear a lot of, several rings and a bracelet on each arm. And then over here, I got this one with the grandkids' heads on them. But anyway, so I'm thinking if it's pretty one day this week, I can walk up there. Then the Uber home will cost me about $6. That's not bad. I can do it once. I can't be out $12 to take me up there and bring me home. You know what I'm saying? But with my little air tank, it's heavy, but I can do it. So that might be, because I haven't been to the food pantry this month at all. And I like to go up there. I can't do it till after my food comes tomorrow. So I got to be home they come between 10:30 and 12:30, and they usually come closer to 11-ish, which is perfect. I'm out of my tea. I need more tea.
Well, I guess we'll kind of wind down here. I got 2:41 here, so this is a good one. We've talked about some interesting subjects here, and
I did my taste test.
Yeah, you did your taste test. Really bad cereal,
but the squeaky wasn't bad.
A fruit punch thing.
The slush with the guava in it, it wasn't bad.
Yeah. The eat your face off is that -1, I think you said was your score.
Yeah. I don't want to give it a 0 because the lady was kind enough to at least give me a couple of boxes to see what I thought about them. But I will let her know. I'll call her, hey, Pat.
Well, a -1 is worse than 0.
So, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's you take a few bites, you're like, well, this is fruity. This isn't bad at all. And then all of a sudden it hits you.
And then the aftertaste.
The aftertaste, and it's hard to get rid of it.
But anyway, and once again, I got it bag all ripped open here. But anyway, the Post Malone Oreos get.
Oh, I want some of them too bad. I really do.
They get the 2 thumbs up.
Might have to get me
really good. The swirled salted caramel and shortbread flavored cream. If you like Oreos, you need to get you some Post Malone Oreos.
Yeah. Y'all, I'm jelly. I want some. Yeah. I'm gonna have to try to get me some. If I don't get any this week, so my check hits about the 3rd to 4th of the month. Now, let's see. It looks like the last day of the month's on a Friday. And then the 1st would be on a Saturday, 2nd on a Sunday. So I might get my check early. I get it doing the direct deposit with my bank. I get it 1 day early. Now I checked with Social Security the other day, a couple of days back, and it said my check's still slated to go out on the 3rd. So I might get it early, but I doubt it. It'll probably just come out on the 3rd. So that'll be good. I remember I was visiting with Jay one day, and we wanted to go to Huddle House, which is about 25 miles from where he lives. And I'm like, oh, I want to go too, Jay, but the money in the bank's just not there. When it hits, I spend a week with him, 4 to 5 days. And I said, when it hits, I'll take you. He said, really? And I said, yeah, and I'll pay for it. I'll feed us. And dang, the next morning I get up and he's fixing me coffee. Y'all, he spoiled me when I visit him and sit around, So I'd get up and get around a little bit. You ready for your coffee? Yeah. He'd fix my coffee and set it by me. You want anything to eat? Nope. Because I can't eat unless we're traveling or something. I don't eat when I first open my eyes. But anyway, checked my account. I said, you can go to Huddle House today. My mommy was there early.
They closed it down though. I miss the Huddle House. But
Yeah, I missed it too. We ate there a few times.
yeah, I like that. I like Huddle House. I miss it.
Yeah.
Uh,
But if you go to IHOP, don't expect to go to the bathroom. Georgetown, Texas IHOP. You can go there. You can get excellent food, excellent service. You get your little senior discounts, about 10%. But hey, anything helps me. Went to the bathroom. That's the nastiest bathroom I ever walked in. You crack the door, it knocks you down. It stinks to high heaven. You think, well, I can go and hover. So I had to go. I had to tinkle. I went in there. There's two stalls and then the handicap, I think. Might be 3. I don't remember because stink. The floor is nasty. I didn't even wash it with my hands. That's how bad it was. I used a hand gel when I got out on my hands. Then one of the little ladies was there that works there up towards the front because, they greet people. Well, greet you when you come in, get you where you want to sit. But that's the nastiest bathroom. Oh, it was nasty. So I thought to myself, yep, nope. I don't have a car. See, I don't have a car. Y'all have to Uber everywhere I go. I don't have a car. I don't have any neighbors that take me anywhere. So I have to get around the best way I want to get around, which is fine. I'm living good. I'm living all right. LIVIN, as Matthew McConaughey would say. I'm living. But I will never go back. If a person can't potty and it's fairly decent, it doesn't look like a roadside. You know what it reminds me of, y'all? I've never done it, but I've done it at fairs. Up here, they got South by Southwest. They go music festivals and stuff, and they got porta potties. Well, they also have Eeyore's birthday party every year in April. And my daughter and I like to go. We used to like to go out there. They'd have the good food vendors, and she likes the big old turkey eggs. And then they'd have a drum circle. They do every year. And people bring their drums. And there'd be like 30 people or more playing their drums. It's really cool. Well, those porta potties stink. Ew. Really, I'm telling you, Mystical. Anyway, the porta potties stink, but they got a whole bank of them. And this is in Austin, Texas. And they're not going to smell like a rose. But that bathroom was 140 times worse than any toilet I had ever been in. So when I come out, little guy was there, everything okay? No. The food was excellent. And I tipped good. I tipped him $5 on about an $11 meal. Okay. Anyway, I didn't tell her that, but I did. And I tipped good because I hardly, maybe 4 times a year, go out and eat in a restaurant. I'm on tip. But anyway, I said, your bathroom is nasty. And she said, yeah, we've been meaning to get in there. And I said, haven't you been in there in the last month? And she looked at me so funny. I said, honey, it's very nasty. Very. And I just turned around and walked on out because here, you get to thinking, and there's 4 or 5 waitresses working, and the little fellow that waited on me, the waiter, he's sweetest knows how to be. And I thought to myself, that place wasn't that busy. There was like six tables that had people at it. The rest of them, I guess, were helping. I don't know. But anyway, no, I take the porta potties out on the side of the road at the construction sites over this.
Well, down there at the lake, there's a porta potty, and I'll often use it. Often when I get down there, I need to pee, so I use that. And usually it's in pretty good shape. It
ain't bad.
And they keep it. You can see there's a card there inside the door that shows when it's been serviced. So they keep it serviced pretty regularly. Well, I'll tell you what I think the nicest restrooms that I've been to at a public place, and that is Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's have nice restrooms. They keep them spotless, keep the floors really clean. And so there's always someone in there cleaning up the Buc-ee's restroom. Right.
They keep attendance in that area.
And because it's such a, popular place and always a bunch of people in Buc-ee's. But
it's huge.
Really nice.
It's huge. It's got I don't know, probably 15 or 20 gas pumps where people get gas, So, and people that travel.
But no diesel trucks. They're not allowed at Buc-ee's, which is interesting. You can't, if you're driving a diesel truck, you can't fill up at Buc-ee's, which I think is interesting.
Well, I've seen, because there's one between my house and Jay's house when I had a car. I used to go down there. I'd always stop in Temple at Buc-ee's, right? And when I carried my little dog and travel with her, I'd take her out and walk her, But I traveled quite a bit without her. And my daughter said, just leave her home, I'll take care of her. So there's a place down the road where they park their diesels and walk up to Buc-ee's. But they can't park in their parking lot.
Huh.
I don't know.
And can't fill up at the...
Yeah, I don't know why, but they're not a truck stop.
Yeah.
They're a convenience for travelers.
But yeah. When I went to the drive-in to see Terrifier 3, we stopped by Buc-ee's. And I got me some Bucky Bites. What do you call them things?
Is there one in Waco?
No, but the place that I go to with you or April.
Oh, Temple. Yeah. Okay. I thought there might have been another one. I don't know.
Yeah. On the way to the drive-in, we stopped by that Buc-ee's. And I got the Bucky Bites and I got me a large drink and and use the restroom, use the nice restroom. So, but yeah.
Each one is a room, y'all, with a door. They're not stalls. They're actual rooms you go into.
Yeah.
I like that. Thank you, Buc-ee's. Y'all come to Temple, it sounded like, and went to the movies.
Yeah. Well, on the way to the theater.
Where are you? Did you come to Austin?
Oh, I forget the name of the town again.
It don't matter. I was just curious. They got one in Austin too.
It was that Buc-ee's.
Okay.
That,
that we always stop by when
they went that same Buc-ee's.
Temple. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
So
I thought I'm excited when they open another one. Like I'm going to get to come to it anytime soon. But still, yeah, they're a new what do they call it? A new Texas. I don't know. Are they just in Texas? They might not be now. They might have.
No, that's a good question. I don't know if they're only in Texas, but that's the only place I ever hear one being built.
Yeah. Well, I went to the one. There's one on the way to Galveston. I think it's on this side or the other side of Elgin, which is not halfway even. But I thought there's a Buc-ee's. Where what it is, you got to go under the underpass and turn that way to head towards Houston, right? And Galveston's on the side of Houston. So you got to skirt Houston or go down through it. And which is like going to war, honestly, driving in a war zone. To get to the road to carry out to the coast where I was headed. But anyway, I stopped at that Buc-ee's. It's smaller than the one in Temple. But it was real nice and had just everything pretty much that the one in Temple does. But I said, "There's a Buc-ee's." Click, click, click. The little indicators turned in there, and then I stopped at it on the way home because it's still got another couple of hours drive from there to the coast. There. So anyway, I like it. Well. I'm running out of ideas, but when I paint my rocks, I'll think on it.
Yeah, we want to see your rocks when you get them painted. And you paint some for yourself, and then paint some to.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on my big ones for my rock garden first, and then I'll order me. Well, if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot. You can buy you a bag of rocks and it's cheaper than buying them from Amazon, because they're kind of pricey. Like I could get a bag of 30 rocks for like $14-15 at Lowe's. They're called river rocks, and that's what they are. They're more, you want them as flat normally as you can get them, but if you ordered that amount from Amazon, it costs you 70, 80 bucks. Mhm. So I will definitely be making a trip. I need soil. I said that right, didn't I? I need soil to plant my flowers in.
Well,
See,
and
I
here,
got a bunch of containers. I just need soil. And I only use Miracle Grow.
here in Texas, we don't say soil. We say soil. We say soil,
Soil. Yeah.
and we don't say oil. We say all.
Yeah. I need some oil in my
Get,
car.
get an all. Get an all change.
Yeah.
All change. Yeah, and Saul. But yeah, and as I say, and you tease me about this has been a good.
I think I told you that is your catchphrase. I mean, you don't mean to tease you. I
This
think
has
it's
been a
cute.
good one. We've caught up and we've exchanged some different opinions, and we've
And I'm
learned.
sorry. I'm kind of sorry about that.
And no, that's what this is all about. It's all about all kinds of, there's no bad opinions. There's no wrong opinions. It's all, everyone's got their own way of looking at things.
Open forum. That's what I like.
Open forum, yeah. And that's what I want. I want this to be a
Yeah.
very open forum and everyone to express themselves. And yeah, there's no judgment at all. Just, but yeah, thank you everyone that has tuned in today. Mystical. Who do we hear from?
Blair.
In Texas.
Blair.
Hello.
Hi, Texas. Yeah.
And Blair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody that showed up. And as I say, anyone that's watching, please hit that thumbs up. That helps folks see what we're doing and spread the word. If you want to share, appreciate that. If you want to share anything you see. And hopefully within the next few days, I'll do something again with Brandon at night. And I believe we'll be talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise.
I'd love to watch that. Yeah, I'll watch it. Okay,
So-
well, I'm going to go.
Okay, sis, thank you. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Y'all have a good one. I'm going to go out and enjoy this pretty day and be thankful for it. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in. Please keep doing it. Please hit the thumbs up, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye.